Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new, if you are checking out the readings for the first time. Today is Sunday, or at the time of doing these readings, it's Sunday. And so every Sunday I ask for an immediate message that you need to hear right now. And I also check in and ask about the week ahead. We have 3 piles to choose from, and I'm also going to draw some runes and some charms. So let me first show you these cards so you can have a look at them in more detail. Beautiful souls, if you are new, welcome. This is the Moon Magic Weekly Tarot channel. It is an honour to read for you. I hope everything is going well in your world. These weekly readings really are a touch base with spirit every week kind of thing. They are also timeless though. So today we happen to have a full moon today at the time of doing these readings. So the energy is very powerful, but whenever you come to these readings, they are timeless, and you can always go onto the homepage if you're looking for a reading and you need an immediate message, and look for one of these weekly readings. Just see what you're drawn to. I also have something on my website that helps you to pick a reading too, and we'll use that in a moment to ask the universe to pick a pile. So if you're not sure for yourself, we can do that as well. I'll put it in a separate timestamp as well. Now, pile 1, you have Nephesis. I'm getting all tongue-tied. What is that saying? Okay, Nephesis. I am really going to have trouble saying this. Nephthys. We have Nephthys, the High Priestess. Beautiful. Intuition, mystery. Oh, it's on this next card as well. I'm going to have to say it again. Okay, Nephthys, the High Priestess. So that's for pile 1. For pile 2, you have card number 1. Actually, that was card number 2. But you have card number 1, Entering the Mystery. And this is Dove, Nekbet, Mothermut, Nephthys, and Isis. Nephthys and Isis. Okay, so Dove, Nekbet is maybe how you say it. If you know how to say it, do please tell me in the comments. I love getting your comments. Thank you. Maybe it's just one of those days. I hope my language doesn't all go wibbly wobbly. But anyway, let's dive into the reading. You also have Tree of Life for pile 3. This is Bast, Anubis, and Osiris. Okay. Interesting that pile 3 we've got like collections of gods, goddesses, entities, people. Interesting, very interesting. Right, I'm going to put these here because they're really helpful if you're wanting to sit for a while and look at the cards, tune into your intuition. I'll put the charms on them because it means you can see them really well. So for pile 1, you have 2 hearts wrapped up together. That's really beautiful, pile 1. Show your rune straight away. And you have the rune of strength. Okay, that's really, really interesting. Okay, that's Uruz, for those of you that like that, the traditional name. For pile 2, you have Berkana. This is the rune of growth. And you too have a heart, except one big one. So we've got a big heart and we've got two hearts entwined. And then for pile 3, you have a ship's wheel. And you have the rune of flow. This is Lagos. Okay, fantastic. Okay, let's leave the video running. That's what I usually do for you. Just leave the video running for a little bit longer, just to give you all the time that you need to get centered. And if you need even more time, you can just press the pause button. After that, I will ask the universe which pile or piles are recommended, and then I will see you, beautiful souls, in the readings. Welcome everyone. This is the part of the video where we ask the universe to reveal a pile or piles for you. Just going to press the button, let the dice roll, see what happens. We have piles 1 and 3 for today. Beautiful souls, tons of love, and I'll see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. Let's just talk about Nephthys, as I tried to say it. I think I'm there now. With Urus, the rune of strength. You know, sometimes this rune indicates, I mean, it's a rune of strength, it's a rune of courage, it's a rune of perseverance, of sometimes of longevity, but it also can indicate that you are going through it's almost like a process of rebirth, actually, like a bit like it's sort of like you've outgrown something, or you've usually something within yourself, like you've outgrown some aspect of yourself that is no longer relevant to you, and it's like this sort of process of emergence, but particularly in terms of your intuition, your spiritual gifts, a bit like being a seer, for example, beginning to know that when something happens, it isn't just a coincidence. Now, if you're watching a channel like this, I think you probably already know that if something consistently happens, it's a synchronicity and a message rather than a coincidence. But it's all of that kind of energy being heightened, you know, in collaboration here with the High Priestess. Now, I'm very curious about the two hearts coming together. So I'm not quite sure what that's signifying yet, but I suggest that we dive straight into your reading, draw some oracle cards. Wow. You've got hummingbird, be here now. And hummingbirds are representative of joy. They're also very flexible. They can move, literally. I don't know how many of you have seen hummingbirds. I'm sure many of you live in an area of the world where maybe there are hummingbirds. We don't really get them in the UK. We do get hummingbird moths. But a hummingbird is, as far as I know, the only bird that they hover. They can go up, they can go down, they can go backwards, sideways, around and about. There's a real flexibility. I feel like there's something very sweet, hence the hearts. There's something very sweet to be gained in your current situation, even though you may feel as though you've possibly been not exactly plummeted into darkness, but you might find you're if you're a little bit up and down at the moment. But I think there's something very sweet that you can sort of drop into, really here. Something there's like a sweet reward of some sort. There we have. Well, this is very, very interesting because we've actually got this is a card that shows many, many, many different sort of ancestors, very many different ancestors and heavenly beings. But isn't that interesting that we have an Egyptian goddess coming through, or an Egyptian figure? I think it is the same. I think this is Nephthys with the bird on the head here. I think this is the same. Honour the deities around you. Prayers, offerings help. Awaken your inner shaman. Connect, invoke, heal. Okay. I wonder if something is genuinely being evoked inside of you, whether your sight is being activated. Are you seeing something specifically clearly? Transform and look at the energy. Again, this is a seer. Look how her eyes are, let me show you here, her eyes are not like that. We're not seeing the human eyes, we're seeing almost her intuitive eyes. And these two incredible, I think they are lynxes. Now, lynxes are an amazing energy because a lynx is able to again, to see, to know when to act. Yeah, I think there's timing around you at the moment in something that's quite maybe knowing when to act, when to move forwards. We have here, honour the deities. With Nephthys, she's offering here something. I'm also hearing, I'm hearing the writings on the wall. Awaken your inner shaman. The writings on the wall. I wonder if there is something timing with the lynx. They know when to pounce. They know when to move. They know when to be still. I wonder if there's some timing around at the moment. There will be a moment to move, but also a moment to hover. But something very sweet to come from this. Pile 1, this is so interesting. Your recording actually just stopped. Now, I fortunately did kind of glance up and notice there's a little thing on the screen in front of me saying, recording paused, there's an error. I don't think that's happened. I'm not sure if that's ever happened before in a reading. There's a really curious energy around your reading. I'm still not sure what the hearts are about, but you are being awoken. These cards also say to you that it's okay to ask for help from your guides, from your spirits, your spirit team. What's being awoken in you? I mean, your sight, wherever you are. I mean, we're all on our, I don't know, different ages and stages of our lives, including our own spiritual awakening. But you're being, I feel that you're being upgraded in some way. Something's being woken up in you. Let's look at these beautiful moon cards. These are brand new. I've never used them in these readings before. Look at the one that has come through. I almost feel like we're looking at a mountain pushing through the clouds here. This says, I am ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. Wow. Okay. Yes, something is waking up in you. I think you're not to be held back by something anymore. Let's put that there and we'll draw some tarot cards, see where we go. Maybe you need to pause. That's why the video created a pause of its own. All by itself. I don't even know how I did it. I really don't. Video created the pause. And maybe let's put this up here. I kind of trying to work out where best to put all our cards. I feel like I don't know quite where to put this. Maybe you don't know quite where to put yourself. Okay. We'll just put it there for now. You are ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. Okay, I'm seeing this and this and this. I'm seeing these and this one and this one. You have the King of Arrows. Now this is the King of Swords in a traditional deck. And you have the Queen of Stones. So you have a king and a queen. Now this is interesting to me because you've got two hearts. There could be something about a connection, a relationship in these two hearts here. Maybe that's what we're being shown. A relationship, a connection with someone, an entanglement actually. These hearts are connected. Now to have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords, so you've got that mental energy, that sharpness, along with a very earthy, grounded energy. Something's to be brought to earth or grounded. You have the Blasted Oak, which is actually the Tower card. Okay. Something's being really shaken up in your world. You have, what is being shaken up? You've got the card of exploitation. You have the Nine of Bows, respect. Ace of Vessels, waters of life. Eight of Vessels, rebirth. It's interesting because the Six of Pentacles in a traditional deck is not so much about exploitation, it's more about equality, giving and receiving. I think something is breaking, actually, or it could already have broken down. Even the bear is not looking, is looking out. I mean, the bear's looking at a new world. This is interesting because Nephthys, in the story of Nephthys, the legend, you know, the story. Nephthys, I think it was Osiris, whose body was torn apart, cut into pieces, and I think it was Nephthys and Isis together who went and found all the body parts to bring it back together. I wonder if you are a circumstance or a situation is arriving. I think it might be arriving to heal a broken heart. Gosh, your reading is really complex, my beauty, and I'm not in any way. That's not a negative. It's really complex. Just a wow. This is a very complex reading. On the one hand, I think we see something, and it could even be a new beginning in a relationship, or it could even be that and I think this is possibly more like it, your relationship with the divine, your capacity to see, your connection with spirit, source, is being elevated. And I think it gives you such a different capacity to see the world through a very different lens. I do wonder, now, it could be that some of you have been harmed by something and it's been really hard to process, something of a broken heart, and this is about to be healed. What I feel is that and this I think is the first message, it is your spiritual center that is enabling you to heal from something, but I think it might be through a relationship that you can heal. So it's almost like the relationship becomes the conduit for the healing initially, or to initiate the healing. We have the Ace of Vessels, and I think it's through love. So there is, I think literally there is something very sweet on the cards for you, a very sweet connection, and I think it's on the cards for you, and it's through this that you also discover bigger, better, more. You move from a place where almost it feels as though things have been quite barren to shifting to a place where you're in a more equal world, because we then have your final two cards. We have the Five of Vessels, ecstasy, Five of Cups, and then you have the Four of Arrows, rest, and the butterfly demonstrating that transformation again. I think your immediate message is actually connected to the arrival of something within a relationship, and the relationship itself is the conduit for you to transform and to heal. Now, so it feels very joyous. Maybe there's something about having the courage and the strength to honour this, to jump in. I don't know, the writings on the wall is coming through again. Prayers, offering. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you're having a wobble in anything. I'm not sure what kind of relationship this is. It could be, when relationships come into a general reading, it could be love, but it could be another kind of relationship. But I feel there is something here that helps you to work through and recover from the impact of previous connections that didn't work for you, or were not particularly supportive of you. Combined and intertwined in this is the spiritual element of this is a connection of spiritual divine timing. It could be like a twin flame. It could be somebody who's had similar experiences. Let me ask about the tower. Let's get a bit more information. May we kindly ask about the tower? It's very transformational. I wonder what had to break to get you to here. May we kindly ask. King of Stones. This is the wolf. The lone. Now you've now got two kings. Not being afraid to howl. How interesting. Today is the day of a full moon. Have you been a bit of a lone wolf? Is that what's breaking? Is that what's changing? You know what I feel is coming through here? You're ready for something bigger, better and brighter. This is what your message is all about. I think it is all about you finding joy, and particularly finding joy within relationship, and also finding harmony and balance and equality in relationship. The intuition and the synchronicities, it's more, I feel like the High Priestess is coming into the reading more around synchronicities and timing than necessarily just I think you are awakening. This is a relationship that will support your awakening. That I think your reading is all about either a new phase in a relationship that 100% is supporting your spiritual growth and evolution and helping you to heal and transform, or indeed it is a brand new relationship. So it's either something existing that's being upgraded. Opportunity disguised as loss, sometimes this rune speaks of as well. So it could be that something ends with the tower, the blasted oak, but I feel more like I feel less like something has ended, and there you are sitting in a place of endings. This is more about beginnings than endings. Maybe something will have ended already, I guess, because, every new beginning involves an ending. But I feel this is quite sharp, it's quite fast, and yet it's quite solid, it's quite real. It feels like this is something quite tangible in your world. Your reading is all about a relationship or a new phase in a relationship, and that, I feel it's guided. There's synchronicities, divine timing. Your spiritual growth will be massively supported in this connection. It's absolutely wonderful. It really is. It's absolutely wonderful. But there's such a curious energy here, because I feel on the one hand, I feel this is exciting. And yet, there's this sort of energy of pause around it. Back to pausing. Maybe kindly ask about, let's ask about the week ahead and see if we can get information and gain more of what this sort of underlying flavour is about here. Because there is an underlying flavour of having to pause. Do you have to wait for this? You've got the Six of Arrows transition. That's what the energy of pause is. If something has started and it doesn't appear to be moving forwards immediately, maybe that's partly what the message here is. That, or if something broke down and you think, well, I don't know how I can fix that. If you're wanting to maintain an existing relationship or upgrade it, I think something will move forwards, but maybe not immediately, or maybe there is a pause, a temporary pause. You have the Six of Bows, which is the Six of Wands, and you have the Four of Stones, which is the Four of Pentacles. I think this new beginning is in its infancy, this new relationship, this new connection. So actually, I am more inclined, if I'm honest, to see this as a new partnership of some sort. And I think it is very transformative, it's very destined. Synchronicities have arrived to bring you together, whoever this is for you. I don't think it moves forwards immediately, but I feel it will be very successful with the Six of Bows, abundance. But there is a transition to go through to find your way, almost, to transform. So I do feel it is quite, I mean, this is a card of success. It's really wonderful. With both fours. Perhaps the real key is take your time. And I asked about the energy this week. It feels for me with the energy of the week that you can set forth and journey forward with genuine intent within the context of a connection with somebody. And I think it has great potential, but I also don't see it moving forwards rapidly. I think it requires time to genuinely emerge, to evolve, to grow in its own right. That's what I feel is needed here. This is reminding me of a very particular place where it may even have been modelled on this place. I don't know where some of the images from these cards come, but in Wiltshire, where I live, there is a place that is. It actually, the stones look just like this. Seemingly, the archaeology suggests that it was once a very, very, very big long barrow, and this is all that's left of it. It's almost like the entrance is the only bit that is left. I believe it's called the Devil's something, actually. But it's a space of transition, and people have reported that they see like a black dog there at night, like a wolf, like a black wolf there at night. I've personally not. I visit lots of places at night. I've never been there at night, but this is definitely sort of coming through as being a significant place. I think this is the transition. Long barrows are often entry points. They're places where you go to journey. You can shamanically journey. I mean, the energy in them is absolutely primed for making those connections. What I feel we're being shown. So this is about a new connection. If you feel there isn't a new connection in your world, it either means that there will be very soon, or, my beautiful souls, it could actually almost mean that maybe the reading isn't the right one for you, having got this far. But I do feel this is around, but maybe if somebody isn't around you yet, they're about to emerge. If they are, I think it's in its infancy. And this is suggesting that this will be very prosperous, but also it will need to be nurtured and allowed to take its time. Because it's very transformational, it needs to organically grow. There's a lot of celebration around this connection. So I feel it feels very sweet. There's some really sweet and gorgeous and beautiful things coming from this. I'm not seeing anything negative. I think you share a vision. You're both looking in the same direction. One of you, I think, is really quite sharp, quite focused possibly even in a business way, and the other is more of a nurturer, earthy kind of creative kind of. Let's give birth to this this something. It could be a love connection, it could be a working connection, but there's these two energies. One is more mental, more sharp, more businesslike, and the other more earthy and creative. They're very different, and yet you share the same vision. I think this connection can be a force to be reckoned with, actually. Pile 1, that's what I think is coming through. It's very transformational. I think it really, really can be something that will flow and really be quite super duper amazing. Let it unfold. It's in its early stages. It's almost as though you're having to go through that very early initial period in a connection where it's almost like you're working out the contract between you. If this is a business connection, then you may be doing exactly that. But when you meet somebody, let's say you meet someone and you fall madly in love with them and they fall madly in love with you, there's then a period where you get to know each other. You're dating, you're testing the waters. You're discovering whether this person kind of actually is the person that you're visualizing, because we often idealize people when we enter a connection. You're navigating the contract between you. It's that period where when you first meet someone and you date to the point when you're happy to declare yourselves as a couple kind of thing. This is what's around. And so this is the energy. Take your time. Let it be nurtured. I think it's in its young stages, but it looks really prosperous. And I think the overall message for you is that this is really potentially this can be joyous. I wanted to say fruitful, abundant, but I also think it's not just about abundance. I think genuinely, I think it can be successful, fruitful, and a real joy to be in the presence of this person. And I think it makes both of you actually bigger and better and brighter than you were individually. Wow, this has been a journey. Your reading feels like a journey. It's been an amazing one. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope that this, if it's resonating with you, that you'll give me the thumbs up and subscribe and press a little bell icon if you want to make sure you never miss a reading as soon as I upload them. Tons of love. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. I'm rather fascinated by the fact that you have this card, Entering the Mystery, and Berkana, because they have really, really similar meanings. So let me tell you a little bit about them just to start your reading. So Dove, Nekbet, Mother Moot, I'm getting my language a bit better now, Nephthys, and Isis. This is a card of like a gateway. It says something new, potentially something unexpected is happening in your life, emerging. Berkana is about something new. It's about a brand new phase in your life. Both the card and both the rune basically sort of say, keep going, because this is happening. This is expanding. It's like this beautiful big heart. Something is going to expand. It's going to get bigger. It's going to get better. I almost feel like there's a really clear message just in this alone. But let's draw cards, find out what messages come through for you, particularly a key message, and we'll look at the week ahead. 2 from this deck. So you have Dear Spirit, Gentle Touch, and Coyote Spirit. Trust in Divine Detours. Okay. Now this is interesting because with this card, it can indicate that something unexpected comes into your world. Something unexpected is happening. So I am wondering, what is it that's arriving that is potentially unexpected? Oh, your cards are like the way they arrived. Okay, now I'm getting all tongue-tied again. But I feel like the way those arrived, something's just going to slide in. Whoosh. Maybe something's going to happen quite quickly. Trust in Divine Detours. You've got the Death card, Death and Rebirth. And look at this horse, power, free spirit coming in. And loyalty with the dogs here. What else do we have? Get into nature. Coexist, or coexistence. Gather. Limit waste. Okay. Trust in Divine Detours. I wonder if you're going to be shown an unexpected direction, an unexpected twist or turn in the road. Coexistence, get into nature. Take time out. Siesta, recharge, rest. May we kindly ask for a message for pile 1. I feel we've got one already. Look at this. Look at the new horizons coming here. This says, my words and actions are of beauty, compassion, and love. Okay, that's really gorgeous. Take time out. Get into nature. I wonder if something is actually going to not exactly slow you down. Trust in Divine Detours. There's something coming through here about slowing down enough to be present, slowing down enough to listen, to see, so that you can see that what's going on is actually a gateway. Ah, that's what I feel your message is about. There is, keep going, because there's something here. This is almost got sometimes a little bit of the energy of like the Fool card, because it's such a brand new beginning. And Berkana has a little bit of that energy around it too. Coexistence, gather. Keep going, but do so gently, steadily. I think the transformation of something, the growth, I think the new is coming. That's what I feel we're being shown. But it may be arriving, there may be some upheaval actually going on around you. There may be some hiccups, some bumps in the road, some upheaval. Every step of the way is actually showing you something. It is actually guidance, even if it feels like it's upheaval. I think that's your first message. Keep going. You are expanding. What you're doing is going to expand. Gateways will be opened for you, but they may be opened in unexpected ways. So this is really leaning into trust, and it may also be that when you're, I don't know, let's say you're working on a project and you're being really diligent and you're putting your bum on the seat and getting to it kind of metaphorically, you're making it happen. But actually there's something that will be really valuable to move this forwards. But you're not going to experience it in the working environment. You've kind of got to go somewhere else. So the universe is paving the way for opportunities to open for you. Really major synchronicities. And let's say there's a key person you need to meet that's going to move your project on, but you're not going to meet them at work. You have to go to a social event, for example, or go to a spa, have a spa day. But it's when you go to do something else that you meet this key person. And I think and yet you might be reluctant. What if your friend phones up and says, hey, I've got 2 tickets to go to a spa day. Do you want to come? But it's on this day, and you thought I was going to work that day. And you think, I can't really afford to take the time off. And yet, if you did take the time off and you went, you could meet the key person who you absolutely need to move your project forward, but you end up sitting in a pool and randomly talking to somebody. This is just a hypothetical example, but do you know what I mean? It's like the universe is orchestrating things for you. That is actually the primary strong message for you today, pile 2. Whatever you are doing in the context of your life, the universe is orchestrating for you. And whatever is taking place, good, bad, or indifferent, easy, flowing, bumpy, not so flowing, whatever it is, the universe is orchestrating it because there will be something in every situation that will help to lead you forwards. There'll be times when life just feels quite gentle and flowing. Other times when you just think, what is going on? Like, come on, universe. Why is there a hiccup here? If there's a hiccup, it's purposeful. Trust it. You may not even know, but it's leading to something else. It's almost like all these little pieces, I think, are clicking into place, but you may not be fully aware of them all. Let's see what else comes through. You had the 6 of Vessels reunion. You have the 3 of Stones, creativity. You had the 9 of Stones, tradition. You had the Guardian. Now this is the Devil in a traditional deck. I think we should get 2 more in here, I believe. We've got the Stag, which is the card of strength in a traditional deck. And 2 of Stones, challenge. Okay, the hares. Right. Righty. Okay, my pile 2s. This is for me a really big confirmation that not everything is going to run smoothly. You may literally have days when you feel a bit like the world is not running smoothly and it's not working properly, and you kind of think, if I was on track, if I was following this through, everything would be working well. But I think this is really saying to you, you are on track. Keep going. The big message is lean into that space of trusting that everything that opens is really leading you in the right direction. This is like a threshold guardian, like the devil energy here. It's not dissimilar to coyote spirit. Again, there's sort of quite similar resonances coming through here. Coyote spirit often asks us to laugh at things when they go wrong rather than being tangled in them. The threshold guardian here, I think it's almost like, I think there's a bit of a testing actually going on here. I think you're being tested to stay the course in something. That will be a message that's for some of you, not all, but I do feel some of you are being tested. You're birthing something into the world. And I think there will be some sort of almost like thresholds that you have to find the strength to come through. But again, they're purposeful. Each one is actually a gateway. Yeah, each one is a doorway. It could take you in a direction that you weren't expecting. If you ever have a wobble, just either take time out or go into nature. Just sit with nature, be outside, absorb. Going back to your first primary message, without a shadow of a doubt, I know that it's there in principle. We could say everything happens with purpose, but I think with you, my beautiful pile twos, I think part of the message is really asking you to really recognise and honour how much everything is a message, and really notice those messages and be observant and be looking for the synchronicities. And if there is either a blip or an invitation, don't be concerned about taking a different route. Don't be concerned about detours. They are taking you in the direction you're meant to go. Just trust. Really trust. May I kindly ask about the week ahead? And that's your message. It's really clear. With the King of Arrows, this is your week ahead. Let me just move this up. So we've got a bit more space for another row of cards, or to bring some more in. We have the King of Swords, King of Arrows. This is your first card for the week ahead. I'd like to get a bit more context almost here for you. You have the Wheel. Okay. You have the Eight of Bows. Okay, this is really making some sense now actually for me. I will fill you in on this, where I'm going with this. And then you have the World. Okay. I think literally this week, I think the reason these messages are coming through so very strongly actually for you, keep going, and everything's being guided. It seems to me this week something will change. Now, I don't know what that will be in the context of your world, but I feel that something will change this week, and it will create either a slightly new direction, or it will move something forwards in a specific way. But the Eight of Bows is very fast energy, and you have the World. It could even be that something with the World completes more quickly. But so I think something that you thought you knew the clear direction you were going in. It may be that your perspective changes. But I do feel that's what we have here. That's what I'm seeing here actually. You thought you were going in a direction. Something changes this week that shows you very clearly a different aspect of your direction. There'll be some specific opening, and I do think it is actually potentially unexpected. It could be an unexpected bonus, or it could be something that suddenly you were weaving this tapestry. Something could come to a completion more quickly than you thought it would. There's definitely a turnaround or a change in direction this week, or something new coming in, or something unexpected that takes you on a slightly different course. Even if you're in that labyrinth and you think, that wasn't the straight road I thought I was on. It's like the reading is giving you the heads up that this, I feel that this is about to happen, that you're about to go on a bit of a windier road, like a labyrinth. You're going to need to find your way through something. But my goodness me, when you do find your way through it, or as you are finding your way through it, it's a real opening that's part of the new pathway that you're meant to be walking. So it's very, very, very beneficial. I'm going to ask, I think, about the pathway, what's coming. But this is suggesting to me that this week something changes that you weren't expecting, or there is an unexpected opening, and it could well come through in a different setting. Also, this could also get into nature and take time out, be asking you if something suddenly changes and you think you feel like the world threw you a curveball. Well, bearing in mind it's bringing you an amazing opening, just step away, walk into nature, get still, take some time out, observe, notice, let yourself feel your way into the pathway that's being revealed, basically. Let's get a few more cards, see if we can get a little bit of an indicator, because this is your new horizon. What's coming? Let me ask what's coming. Can we get a sneaky peek or an indication? We have 10 of Vessels, happiness, and the 7 of Bows, clearance. Okay, right. What is actually coming? You are being taken in a new direction, I think, that will make you feel very, very, very happy, and I think it has a long-term future. What's also happening is it's clearing something. I think the way is being cleared, and so if something suddenly changes direction or you take a new direction, it's because something else had to be gotten out of the way so that you could move forwards in the direction you're meant to go for your happiness. This really is about a new dawn and happiness, and you almost like being where you're meant to be, knowing you're doing what you're meant to be. There's a real sort of, I don't know, for me, like almost, it's like stepping into the great mystery. There's a real excitement. It has got quite a strong energy of the Fool around it, in terms of this, here's an opportunity, you're going to go for it, and you take the risk. But wow, it is unexpected though, so I don't quite know what the unexpected thing is, and I don't believe we'll be shown, if I'm truly honest, but I do think the outcome is really, you are going to feel so happy, and it will clear away maybe it may even be the residue of something with the World card. It may even end something for you. Wow, this is just so fascinating. My beautiful pile twos, this is your reading. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up if this is resonating. And if you want to make sure you never miss a reading, do subscribe and press the little bell icon. And I am finding this mind-blowingly interesting. It just is. I mean, I suppose we are on the day of doing these readings in the energy of a full moon. And a very powerfully positive one as well. So maybe the energy is just shifting, creating shifts, creating opportunities. But it's the unexpectedness of this that's really sitting here. That seems to be something that is most apparent in the energy of the reading. Something unexpected happening that is creating that new window of opportunity. Pile 2, tons of love. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. Now, we're going to ask for an immediate message, and the Tree of Life, like in this particular deck, Bast, Anubis and Osiris, it does have quite an energy that for me aligns a little bit with the Hanged Man. It's got this sort of energy of surrender, of longing for something, seeing something, knowing something is possible, but sort of surrendering to that possibility. With the rune of flow, Lagos, this really speaks about the ebb and flow of life, the ebb and flow of relationships, the ebb and flow of emotions. I wonder if you do need to steer your ship. Is there something you're longing for that you need to steer your ship towards? Let's draw your cards. What is the immediate message for my beautiful pile threes? Okay. Dragonfly spirit, truth transcends illusion. Maybe you are needing to navigate beyond a perspective. Do you have any kind of... I'm asking you all these questions, beautiful souls. But yeah, it's there. I'm questioning. Maybe that's part of the energy here. Question. Do you have any really desires, dreams, but you're not quite allowing yourself to believe they're possible? That's what's coming through here. Truth transcends illusion. Is there something you'd like to reach out for, but you've never reached out for it? Protection, you have the bear. Ah, this is lovely. Are you fearful of moving forwards with something? Is there something you really want, or you really want to do, or maybe even something you want to say? Is there something you want to have, you lust after, you long for, you desire, but you haven't felt that you can ask or reach out for it? I feel as though you would be protected if you went for it, as if somehow is there anything even for some of you that you might be fearful of taking? Like almost like a forbidden fruit. I don't know. There's something around this energy. Would you be fearful to reach out for it? But actually, this would suggest you would be protected if you did. You have shine brightly. Yeah, this is about you stepping up. Stand out. Be proud. Individuality. Okay, this is about a personal longing, a personal desire. Take time out. Siesta, recharge, rest. Take time out. This is almost like discovering confidence, being confident in your own abilities. And also recognizing, I feel like I kind of want to launch into a little bit of a thing about confidence and self-esteem. But confidence is something that we can learn. Self-esteem, self-worth, self-value, those are different. Those are our own deep, although they're connected, they are absolutely connected. You know, if you have very good self-esteem, you're more likely to develop confidence in something more easily. If you have a big inner critic, a lot of self-doubt, it's harder to feel confident. Often we sabotage our own confidence building because of those kinds of inequalities, but they are different. But if you... Ultimately, confidence is something you can learn. If there's something you want to do and you're prepared to have a go at it, and you're prepared to kind of accept the pits and falls, the hiccups, the stumbling blocks, because that's, you know, it's like think of a little toddler getting up and walking for the first time. They don't just suddenly get up and run round. They pull themselves up on the furniture, they sit down with a bit of a bang a few times, and then they find their first steps, and they're using the furniture to walk, and then they manage to take those first steps. But you know, very soon they're running with ease, running, jumping, enjoying. There's a lot of joy here, enjoying the amazingness of what it is to be alive, to be fulfilling what they're capable, to step into what they can do, to discover, to learn. And this is the energy of your reading. And I think this is your message, which is saying, steer your own ship. It's time to steer your own ship. It's time to go for something that you really, really want, to reach out for it, and to genuinely transcend the illusion that you can't have it. Whether it's like something quite big or something that for somebody else might be a small step, but for you it's a huge one. Or it's just something you really want. Reach out for it. ask for it. And also, confidence is built through repetition. So if you, I don't know, let's say you do something for the very first time, and then you feel, I don't know, really exposed or vulnerable afterwards. I remember when I put my first readings on YouTube, I felt so vulnerable and so exposed. And, you know, there were no negative consequences. You know, nobody came along and shouted me down. I mean, people do from time to time. You get the odd negative thing coming through. But truly, in that first instance, I felt so vulnerable. And yet, you know, over time, you build confidence. The more you do something, confidence is something that's learned. Even if it's a challenge for you to start with, the more you do it, the more you practice. If you've never cooked, ever, your first meal, or you've never cooked for anybody, and you've got people coming round and you're like, oh, what if they don't like it? What if it's a disaster? The more you cook for other people, the better you'll be, and the more easier it will come to you. There's something here, but it connects to a desire, something you really do desire. And this reading, I think your message is actually asking you to kind of go for it. I think it is this one. Yeah. Maybe 2 coming through for you. Okay. Oh, look at that book opening. Is there something you want, again, a learning journey? Or maybe you want to write a book, or write a poem, create something, or maybe there is a course you want to take. Look at this one here. Failure is only learning. I move with confidence and resilience. I just love it. You couldn't write it, as they say. Isn't that magic? And this says, I gather more wisdom each day. Both of them are waning gibbous energies of the waning gibbous moon. These are moon cards. I think that is fantastic. I just think this is absolutely, absolutely fantastic. I feel we've got space for another one. Let's go for it. Yeah. Something you want. This is really the thumbs up to go for it. Look at that beautiful image of a full moon, which is, and today is a full moon. Today is a full moon. I have power. It is real. Full moon. Magic. I feel like whenever you come to this reading, it'll be about the energy being right for you, because they are timeless, as I said right at the start. There's something you're longing for. There's something you want. Just embrace it. Imagine you have it already. Don't be afraid to reach out for it. Don't be afraid to ask. Truth transcends illusion. I think this reading is saying to you, the illusion is that you believe you can't have it. Whatever this is for you, it could be a major grand design, but whatever it is for you, really, really, really hold it. 3 of Arrows, jealousy. Gosh, so is this something that somebody else has that you want? Are you envious of something that someone else has? Or are you fearful that you'll be shot down? Are you fearful that you'll be shot down if you step up? 8 of Arrows, struggle. Are you fearful that it's too big a project, or it'll be more work than you can do, or that you will struggle to be able to do it? Is that what this is saying to you? 9 of Arrows, dedication. What a confirmation. Dedication. If you want to do this, you can do it. I think some of you are fearful of failure. Some of you are fearful of being shot down if you step up and are visible. I think some of you are fearful of being pushed out in the cold. Some of you are fearful that, what if you can't do it? What if it's, is it too big a deal? Is it too big a project? All of these are the kind of things that are coming through that I'm seeing in the reading. But with dedication, I think your reading again is saying with dedication, you actually can do this. Look at that. Have strength with dedication and courage, perseverance, commitment. This is the strength card, by the way, in a traditional deck. And you also have the card of tradition. Tradition is the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is a card actually of genuine success and satisfaction, but solidly built. the fact that it indicates tradition, I just feel this is also about committing to this. You can do this. You can build this. That's actually what your reading is about, and that's what the message is about. It's just remarkably sort of feels really quite clear-cut for a reading. Sometimes it's like, ooh, I'm not quite sure what this means, and we move around all over the place, but this feels really quite clear-cut. Let's look after yourself. Be gentle. Take time. Take your time, even if it takes time. Approach this. Rome wasn't built in a day. But you can learn confidence. You can learn, because this is about learning the ability, learning what you need to do to really step up into the potential that you could have that you really desire. I think it's really, really delightful. Steer your ship. Let's look at the week ahead for you, my pile threes. You've got the Great Bear. Card number 20. This is the Judgment card. Look at that beautiful long barrow, the entrance to the long barrow. And we have the Northern Lights here, the Aurora Borealis. I feel that there's actually an opportunity right in front of you. Okay, for this. I'm not quite sure what it is, but you're at a point of a gateway, I feel, with this. It could be a gateway within your own mind, and you're being invited to step through it. But it could also be an actual physical gateway, with the bear showing up again here. The Great Bear, and we have the bear here. I think what this is also saying is, look, you will be protected. Even though you feel like you're stepping into new territory, unknown territory, even for some of you, you will be protected. You have the Knight of Bows. This is the Knight of Wands, the Fox card. You can do this. Foxes are resilient, and they're also adaptable. Even though this, I think things could change quite quickly. Let me just draw the rest of your cards for the week to get the flow of the energy for the week. You've got the Five of Arrows, frustration. No wonder you've got the Fox card, the Knight of Bows, and you also have the Ace of Bows. So I think there is an opportunity that is kind of around you. Now, whether this is you overcoming a lack of confidence within yourself and having the courage to believe in this, even though you might try not to get frustrated with yourself. If this is the part of the reading that maybe is singing to you, try not to get frustrated with yourself. Because if you take some time out, it's like if you take a little step and you have a go and then you kind of have a wobble. That's okay. Go and have another go. Take some time out, look after yourself, replenish, and then come back to it again. Have another go. I feel this week it's like you're testing the waters, and you're either, for some of you, it's literally actually taking a physical step into something, starting something that is a bit unknown territory. You're in uncharted waters for you. So I think there's a real physical step for some of you, of moving forwards with something. And in which case I think you might find that you don't get it the first time, like a baby that pulls itself up onto, or toddler, pulls itself up onto the furniture and boom, then they sit down with a big bang, but they get back up again. So it's either that kind of a starting point this week where you physically start something and there may be a bit of frustration while you're having a go at something. But you can do this. Okay, you can do this. See it through. Steer your ship. There is an opening here for you. And, there's something to reach out for that you desire. Or, as I said, it's even testing the waters with your ideas and having to sort of navigate your own mind and process those self-doubts as they pop up, the lack of confidence as it pops up. Failure is only learning. It may well be that something this week doesn't run entirely smoothly. Just trust it doesn't. This is all about building resilience, flexibility. Each day, you'll learn from this. You're going to learn from this. Let me just have a look. Look at that lovely book. You will learn from every experience. I think this week, whether it's the internal experience of growth, of love, of acceptance of you, of belief in what you desire, and trusting enough to feel that you can overcome any lack of entitlement at having it, And then also actually taking potentially some of you steps towards something. And don't worry, if it falls down, it falls down. You'll just get back up again. What you're doing with the Ace of Bows, the spark of life, this is the Ace of Wands. I think this is passion, it's excitement, it's a turbocharged starting point. So it's really whatever happens this week, a little bit of frustration with something not running smoothly. The only purpose of it is to help you to learn, to gather some wisdom, and really to test the waters. And with every bit of learning, you're going to get stronger, you'll become more resilient, and keep going, steer your ship. Go for the thing that you desire. Pile 3, this is your reading. It's a really super interesting week. I'm sorry there'll be frustrations, but I think they're part of the learning curve. I think they're going to make you stronger, wiser, more resilient. And it means that the thing that you're going for, that you desire, it's going to come to you more readily, more easily. And it will be better because of it, because of the additional learning. Pile 3, this is your reading. I'm sending you the biggest hug ever. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never miss a reading. And I wish you a really kind of fruitful week, actually. And really just know that you can have the thing that you desire, whatever it may be for you. Tons of love.